and today I'm going to show you how you can crochet this sleeping mask with flowers / butterfly looking things all over it. This one is opened up in the back and your ears are not covered, so if you have cartilage piercings, it's not going to bother you and it's not going to hurt your ears when you fall asleep. So you can make it where you have the 2 flowers over the eyes if you want, or you can make it like this one is with multiple flowers. So to get started, we're going to make a slip knot. Then we're going to chain 2 and then go into that second chain from the hook and make a single crochet. And then we're going to chain 1. So to make a single crochet is you insert your hook, you yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So then chain 1 for the purpose of this. Then you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Then chain 1, and you're going to keep doing this till you get to a length that wraps around your head and like wraps around your eyes and your forehead. For reference, this is how tight it is against my head. So normally when we're making the shirts, you see how it stretches out like this and like we want it to be stretched out and fit. But just leave it like this, like how it fits you, even though it is a little bit loose since it's going to be on your head. So when you get to the length that you want to chain 1 and then insert your hook into that stitch like you're going to make another single crochet, but don't. Then line up your work and we're going to slip stitch this together. Make sure it's all lined up good. Put it into that first hole there. And then yarn over and pull through everything. Then you're going to chain 2. I only chained 1 in this video, but chain 2 and then make a half double crochet. So now we're going to half double crochet all the way around, but don't actually go all the way around because we want to have that opening for our ears. So I'll show you where to place the stitch marker. So to make a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. So you want to make your stitch marker right before your ear starts. That way it's not going to be covering your ears. So when you get to your stitch marker, you're going to take it out and do 1 more half double crochet in that space. Then we're going to chain 2 and turn your work and half double crochet all the way back around to the start. So try it on and make sure that you place your stitch markers right and it's in a spot that you like. So you're just going to keep doing these same steps until you get to a length that fits you. However, when you think, oh, I just need 1 more row and I'm going to be done, that's when you should stop, because when we do the connecting piece at the bottom, we're going to do another round of half double crochet all the way around. So then it's going to make your work longer. So I just made this for the first time yesterday. So in this video here, this is where I should have stopped, because then I did 1 more row and then I ended up having to undo it because of the fact that when we add the row all the way around at the end, it's just going to make it longer. So stop right before you think that it's going to be the good length that you want. So one thing we want to do is put a single crochet border around the top part. So make a slip knot and then insert your hook onto your work. I like to do it where there's already another yarn string so that when we put the strings in the back, it's easier. So then you're just going to single crochet all the way around. And then when you get back around, you're just going to want to slip stitch back into your first single crochet. And then you could just chain 1 and then cut off your work and pull it through. So now we want to connect the bottom part together. Count how many stitches are around the top part and then add like 8 or 10 chains to that. So I just counted mine. I think I did like 46 chains, but it depends how big your head is and how tight or loose you want this to be. So after you get your chain, you're going to attach it to the other side and make a slip knot. Then we're going to chain 2 and you're going to turn your work and half double crochet all the way around. I like to turn our work and go this way. This way we could try it on and see like if our chain was either too tight or too loose, and if we have to start over, we won't have to start over as much as opposed to if we started going around the other side. So when you get to the front, you're just going to half double crochet all the way around that. And that's why I said before not to make it as long as you want and to make it 1 row less, because now we're adding 1 last row to the bottom here. And then when you get to the end, you're just going to slip stitch back into the first half double crochet that you made. And then you could chain 1 and cut off your yarn. So you can tie these 2 strings that are near each other together, and you could tie this 3 times. And then you want to pick like what's going to be the inside and what's going to be the outside of the sleeping mask. And then you want to just bring the strings onto the other side, and then you could also cut them a little bit. So to make the edges look nice on the side and on the bottom of that top part, we can add another border of single crochet onto there. So you're going to want to make a slip knot. And attach your yarn onto your work. And just single crochet all the way in those holes, all the way around. So when you get all the way around the sides and that top part, then you're just going to slip stitch into it, chain 1, and then you can cut off your work and pull the yarn through. And so this is what it should be looking like, and it looks a lot nicer like this. So I'm going to see if I can tie that yarn to this yarn. That's where you're supposed to tie up all your strings and cut them at the end, but I forgot about doing this part, so I did that ahead of time. But let's see if we could tie it up in the back. So I'm just going to tie these strings together so that way it'll stay on the inside of the work and not be on the outside. And maybe I'll bring it through a little bit more. Tie it up again, and then I'm going to cut off part of that string. So if you want to have the flowers over your eyes like this, just put on your mask and put the stitch marker over where your eyes are. So if you want to do the flowers like how I have them and showed in the beginning, for the first stitch marker, you want to place this in the middle of your sleeping mask. So you could fold it up, try to get to the middle. You could also count the stitches on each side and make sure that it's the same number. So get this in the best of the middle as you can. So this is how to make the flowers / butterfly part. So you make a slip knot and attach your yarn where you made your stitch marker, chain 2, put 3 double crochets inside of that half double crochet piece. So you will yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to chain 2 and make a slip stitch to connect it together. That makes the first petal part. Then chain 2 and make 3 more double crochets inside of that same stitch. Then you're going to chain 2 again and slip stitch it back into it. So to do the other half of the flower, you want to slip stitch into the half double crochet next to it, then chain 2, and we're going to put 3 more double crochets inside of that hole. chain 2 and slip stitch back into it, chain 2 again, and make 3 more double crochets. Then chain 2 and slip stitch back into it. And then you can chain 1 and cut off your work and pull it through. So now what you can do is take those 2 strings and triple knot them together. This will kind of bring the petals closer together. And then we could bring it through on the other side. And just pull it through one of those holes. And then this other one at the bottom here. And then you could tie it up in the back again, just to really secure it. So I'm going to tie this 3 times. And that's what it should be looking like. And then you could cut off part of the string in the back. And then you can cut off these strings in the back too, so they're not as long and they're not going to be sticking out. So you can put the butterfly flowers wherever you want to, but I would advise not putting them past this point, because when you lay down and you go to sleep, if you have one over here, it's going to be bothering you when you're laying down. So when I originally made this, I had a flower up here, one here, and one here. I'll insert a clip of that. So this is how I had it before, but like I said, it's going to be uncomfortable this way, so I wouldn't advise doing it like this. But then when I went to bed last night, I'm like, what the heck, this is uncomfortable. So I took out that flower, and how I had it was I had this one down more and this one here, because I kind of had a powdered going on, but now I want them to just be all in the same row. So depending on the length that you did and how many rows you did, the middle might be different for you. So when you do types of things like this, you're really supposed to have it be an all double crochet. But since this was a sleeping mask, I wanted to do half double crochet so that there's not a bunch of holes and like lights coming through. So the middle part on here is like this very small half double crochet piece, whereas like the other rows, it's a little bit bigger. So if yours is the same length as this, the middle part might be a little bit harder to get the flower in, but you'll still be able to do it. So the way I measure this out is I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put this in the 6th and 7th one. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'll put it into here. So this is what it should look like if you go over 5 half double crochets and place it in the 6th and 7th one. So now you know how to make this crochet sleeping mask. Please like and comment if this tutorial was helpful for you, and comment any other videos you want to see me making. Thanks, bye!